Hello, what's up? I feel like I haven't posted in so long, but that's just because I haven't posted in 3 days and I've been posting every day of the week. Not on YouTube, but I've been posting online everywhere. But anyways, we're gonna hang out right now. I think I'm gonna journal. I'm currently molding some ghosties for some orders. So in about 10 minutes, my timer is gonna go off and I'm gonna have to take them out. So that's why I'm wearing my gloves. I feel like Ethel Cain right now. Some little glove ASMR. Anyways, we're going to talk about my journals, my notebooks, my setup currently, because it has changed, question mark? I don't really know actually what the last thing I updated was. It's been many months. I've been falling behind in my journals, but I'm going to show you them today, what I'm doing. I just went to Staples and printed out a sheet of photos and stuff that I want to paste in my journal. So I'm going to start out by cutting that. Go ahead and get a snack, a drink, take a shot, I don't know, do something. I'm gonna be here cutting, talking about what I've been doing, what's been going on. This is like us getting a coffee and catching up, okay? So far, today is, what's today? Is today Thursday? Is today Thursday? It's Thursday. Damn. This week is flying by. I've been doing this 12-week plan, and I saw it on TikTok, and it works, for me at least, and I have been following it. It's basically like you plan out a ton of things you want to do. You plan out all the things you would want to do in a year's time, and then you make it be done in 12 weeks, basically. And each week represents like a month of the year. And I started this, I think, 4 weeks ago, 5 maybe. And I've been doing pretty good. This is the first week that I've kind of like slipped up on it a little bit. But I'm still on track, kind of. I'm not super far behind. I also went into it with the idea that like I'm not going to be mad if I don't follow it entirely. I will be lenient with myself, but the goal is obviously to, stick to the plan. And for me, it's been working really well. I'm somebody who forgets very quickly, and I have a ton of ideas, and if they don't get written down, they will never see the light of day, and I will probably never remember it again, so I have to write things down. And I also move on from things really quickly. So having this plan helps me, because I tend to focus on like the long term of things instead of focusing on the present, which is not good for creating the way that I want to create things. Like I'll be thinking about all these things that I want to do within the year, and I'm like, I need to get it done right now, like I have to do this right this second, and then that type of feeling and thought happens every 30 minutes with a new task, with a new project, and then I end up getting nothing done because I'm constantly like, let me get this done. Oh wait, no, I want to get this done. Oh wait, I want to make this sculpture. I'll do this today. And then I start it, and then I'm like, wait, but I want to do this. Undiagnosed ADHD is what that is. So I have been having this 12-week plan lets me focus on the things that I want to focus on and not have to stress about what I'm going to do in the future. Because after this 12 weeks, I'll focus on the next 12 weeks. And I think 12 weeks is enough time to fully flesh out ideas while giving me a quick enough turnaround to feel like I'm not stuck on the same projects for a long time. If it was any longer, I think I'd start to feel a little restless. Granted, I'm only, I don't even think 5 weeks in. I think this is week 5. I've completed 4 weeks. This is week 5 that I'm on right now. So it's going good for now, but I don't know how I'll feel at the end of the 12 weeks. But I went up to LA this weekend, and that kind of just threw off my whole rest of the week. I was just up there, and then I came back, and then that Monday, I came back on a Monday. I usually come back on a Sunday night. I came back that Monday morning. I got home super early. I got home at like 9 in the morning because I left at like 7. Get home, and then I let myself kind of have that day to reorganize my stuff. Also, the other thing that's throwing me off this week is I started school. Summer break is over. I'm back in school. And I also let myself have that Monday to kind of just breathe, because I knew I was starting school and I knew that I'd have to kind of reorganize everything and figure out how to get all the things that I want to get done, work and art-wise, while also organizing my school. This semester I have 5 classes, which is like the most that I've ever had at one time, like in one semester. Last semester I had 4 classes last semester, and I did pretty good. I got all A's in that class, in all of my classes for last semester. And so this semester I was like, you know what, I think I could do 5. And 2 of them are fast tracks, so I don't start them until October, so I think I'll be okay. And from end of October to end of December, it's going to be a little bit of a hectic time, but that'll be good because ghosty season is right now, which is when I get really busy with work. At least I did last year. So far it's not been nearly as busy, but it's only been like a week that the ghosties have been out, so I'm trying not to feel like I'm failing. It's been a week out of like 10 weeks that these ghosties are going to be for sale, so I need to chill and breathe. But if you want to buy a ghostie, I sell these little ghost figurines. You can kind of see them right here. There's a bunch of them. So if you want to buy a sculpture, a ghostie sculpture, this year I'm not sculpting each one by hand. I'm sculpting the design, then I make molds like I'm doing right here. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute when the timer goes off. I mold them and then I paint each one by hand. Last year I sculpted each one by hand and painted each one by hand, and it was way more than I anticipated. I didn't expect to sell that many. The year prior to last year, I think I sold probably like 30 of them. Last year I sold over 400, so I sculpted over 400 ghosties and painted them, and it was crazy. So this year I am molding them to save time, and that way I can make more if more sell, you know. It doesn't necessarily save time because each ghostie takes 15 minutes to mold. Like I put it in the mold, these have to sit for like 15 to 20 minutes, which is about how long it takes to sculpt one of them, but it's 15 to 20 minutes that I don't have to spend actively doing it, so it does save time for me. It takes the same amount of time to complete, but I can focus on other things during the 15 to 20 minutes that these are curing, whereas when I'm sculpting them, I'm sweating a lot. Whereas when I'm sculpting them, obviously I have to sculpt them and do them, so it saves me time, but the production time is the same. There's my alarm. My alarm is psycho. If you can't. Psycho from the movie Psycho. I wake up to that every morning. But like, I can film a video and I can work on my scrapbooking and work on other projects. And the nice thing about molding is also that while I'm painting, say I mold a batch of like 30 ghosts, I can paint those while also molding. Pop them in the mold, come over here, paint them, and every 15 to 20 minutes, pop them in the mold, come back and paint some more. So it does save me time, but the production time is the same, which I don't mind. The bulk of what takes a long time is the sculpting. So cutting that out is just a lifesaver for me. But yeah, if you want to buy a ghostie, you can buy a ghostie. It's linked in the description of this video, and they're also linked on my YouTube profile. I don't know, at the beginning of this 12 weeks, I had I just had like a new plan for social media, and that was to just post as much as I want about whatever I want in whatever style. I'm not going to hold myself to making studio vlogs. I'm not going to hold myself to just sitting down and talking. I'm not going to hold myself to different specific styles of video. I'm just going to post what I want to post. And I was enjoying that for a minute. And right now I'm in a little bit of a weird place. I'll be honest. The weirdness is only for TikTok. I only feel weird about TikTok. And I hate having to post on TikTok. I wish I didn't, but that's where I get most of my sales from, I think. From people coming across my TikTok videos, and it's good for, like, you know, it's good for virality, and you can get views really quickly and find new people really quickly. YouTube isn't as good at doing that. But I wish I could only post on YouTube. If I could only post on any platform, regardless of my success or how many orders I could garner from it, I would post on only YouTube, only Tumblr, and maybe Instagram. I do like Instagram, even though it sucks for artists and everybody, really, unless you're already famous. Even then, people just aren't tuned in on Instagram anymore. People just aren't tuned in anywhere, I feel like, you know? But I love Tumblr, I love YouTube. I say it all the time, YouTube just feels like home for me, and I enjoy it so much, and I like being able to have a video that I can film for as long as I want to film, and I can post whatever I want to post, and I don't feel any pressure with YouTube, because I also know that, like, I don't have an audience large enough on here to have to care, I suppose. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling. I feel like talking. I think I have a lot of... I drink a Celsius. That's what it is. I drink a Celsius. Anyways, here are the little molds, and I'll show you what they look like when you take them out. I have to make molds for the 2024 ghosties. So this blue, this that you're looking at right now, is the mold itself. Like, I take a ghostie that I sculpt. These ones are sculpted. These are out of clay. And then I make a mold so that I can fill it with a cast, which is this that's in here, which we'll open right now. But I need to make the blue part, the mold for the 2024 ghosties. I haven't done that. I think I'm going to do that in a little bit. I hear something outside. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know that or TikTok, maybe even here, I posted some shorts, but there's been a cat that comes around my house, and I think she's outside right now. I want to check, but I'll take this one out first. It's always scary, because sometimes they get bubbles in them. There's a little bubble here, but I can fix that. Other than that, this one came out pretty good. I trim off all of this, sand it down, this little base comes off, and then it ends up looking like that. But I actually have a lot of fun with the molds. I think it makes me feel like I'm working at Leica or making a stop motion film. That's what I want to do one day. And every little bit that I do is leading up to that. And so, you know, using molds and learning what works for them, what doesn't work for them, how to reduce air bubbles without having a machine to do that is all just like nice learning for one day when I can do that. And I know I can't really wait. Oh, thank God. This specific design is a pain in the ass. I'll show you. A lot of times, this is what happens. I don't know if you can see, but right here, there's a complete divot in this pool floaty. Air bubbles love to work their way under there. But this one is perfect. There's not even a tiny air bubble. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. I need to make one more of each of those. And then I'm good. Then I go into the garage and I sand them down and whatever. Get them ready to paint. But I don't know what I was saying. I don't know. Some people really like these style of videos. Other people don't. I don't really care. I'm really trying so hard to just post what I feel like posting in the moment, and if it changes, it changes. And if I find something I like, I find something I like and I'll stick to it. But I'm really trying to not cater to people on social media. I'm trying to like cater more to me and what I like to do, and I just hope that in turn the right people will find me. And I do believe that that's true for all creatives, and I do have people who really enjoy my stuff. I have people who buy every time I drop something, which is so cool, and I'm so thankful that there are people out there. And I know you all by name, so it does not go unnoticed. Thank you for being that kind of a supporter. It's so cool, and I genuinely, I don't think it's ever really hit me. And there's like 5 to 10 people who just like buy everything that I post and collect all of the ghosties and everything, and it's so cool. It really is, and I am thankful. Even if it's a small number, even if it was one person, it's super cool, and I am super grateful. But what? What was I going to say? I don't know. Here are the things that I use in case anybody's wondering, because nobody talks about what they use to mold things. It took me so long to find what people use, because nobody tells you what they use. Stop gatekeeping, guys, please. I use Smooth On Smoothcast 300 for my castings, which is this. And then for the molds, I use Moldstar 16 Fast, also by Smooth On brand. So if you're looking for to mold something, I would recommend. Okay, so I gotta do 1 ounce. My nose just started to run out of nowhere. Cool. And then I'll mix them up. know, I like doing stuff like this. Like, I like just turning on the camera and just doing what I do, you know? I don't like to plan things and prep. Oh, I'm gonna do this for a studio vlog. I'm gonna do blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna film this. I just like to film when I feel like it. And that's been kind of my main goal, is like to prioritize the creation of things that I'm doing instead of the content that I'm creating. Like, I used to just completely plan out everything and have, you know, a super detailed list of the plans that I want to do and the content that I want to make, and I would plan it out for every single day, and none of that proved to be successful for me. So I figured, why not just post the way that I feel is both more doable, more natural, more authentic, and more fun too for me. And that's kind of been my main goal for August. Because I don't know, I hate planning things. No, I love planning things, sorry. But I hate planning content. That's what I hate planning. I don't like planning content whatsoever. I find it just unnatural. Like, I don't know what I'm going to feel like doing in the day. I try to plan it out as much as I can, what I'm going to do for the day, and then from there be like, okay, I'll use that to figure out the content that I'm going to make. I don't do the same thing every day. I don't stick to my plans every day. Odds are the plans that I created are not even close to what I'm going to be doing that day. This scale is so annoying. There we go. Okay. But I don't know. I definitely struggle with just doing what I want to do, because I feel like I'm running out of time to create kind of the life that I want, in a way. I'm 22, and I know I have so much time. In my mind, I know I have so much time. In the back of my mind, even at the front of my mind, I know I have so much time, but I can't listen to it. And there's this TikTok audio right now that's going viral, and everybody's doing it. It's like the one, do you know you have 30 minutes? 30 minutes! Yeah, that's how I feel all the time. I always feel like I'm like running out of time to go where I want to go and do the things that I want to do, and I see, you know, people my age working in the industries that I want to work in, and I get frustrated because I'm like, what did I do wrong? But I don't know. I also think nobody my age, at the same time, I think nobody my age is doing exactly what I want to do. Because what I want to do is like cultivate a universe and a world, fictional world, with Asteroid and all of his characters, and make movies and books and comic strips and animations and everything. I want to do, I want to go big. I really do. And I don't necessarily think there's anybody my age doing that right now. So that's another thing I need to remind myself, is like, the things that you want to do don't have to be done at the age of 22. A lot of the things I want to do also, even if I had the opportunity to, I don't think I would want to do them right now as who I am. Even if I had all the money, all the resources, and I could do it the exact way that I wanted to, I think I would wait until I'm like 35, maybe. Like, I talk about it a little bit, but if you don't know, I have a character named Asteroid. I don't know if you can see him, he's nowhere in the frame right now, but if you look at my Instagram, you look anywhere, you'll see him. But he's my main character, and make a ton of stuff with him. And I have a lot of media that I want to do with him. I have comic book plans, I have comic strips, I have short stories, I have movies that I want to do, novels, and despite whatever medium I do, he kind of has a main story, which is what I want to make the movies out of and like the main book series out of. That's the main asteroid trilogy. It's going to be a trilogy. And that main asteroid trilogy is like the main story I want to tell with him. If you're to watch anything or read anything of mine, I want it to be the main asteroid trilogy. And that's kind of one of those things where like I know what I want to do right now, but I also, those are the things I want to wait until I'm like 35 to do. Even if I could do it right now, I don't think I would. Because I think I want more experience with work and life to be able to make it exactly what I want to make it. And then at the same time, I'm like, okay, so what do I do now? I have to be able to get there by the time I'm 35. I have 10 years to start getting there. What do? I feel like I run out of time. When reality is, I've been doing this art as my job for 2 years now. That's such a little time, you know? So, I don't know. I go back and forth in my mind, and I battle a lot with myself. But I just have to remind myself, and it's a reminder to you too, like, chill. You're okay. We're okay. We have time. But, I don't know. It doesn't get stressful, obviously. I feel stressed a lot of the time. But I don't know what to do right now because my mind is on the trilogy series, even though I know I shouldn't be, and I don't want to do that right now. So that's why I'm writing Asteroids Rodeo, which is another little book that I'm writing that's kind of so I can learn how to write, and also so that there's a story for you to read and you can meet the characters and hopefully fall in love with them, and then one day when I get to the book or the movie, there will be an audience of people who care. Yeah. I don't know. I need to set another timer. I struggle with what I'm supposed to do right now and what I can do to get there, which is why I post on social media, because that's, I think, the only way I'm ever going to make connections to get me where I want to go. And it's proven to work. A24 follows me. I don't know that that really means too much, but you never know. And it's like, I wouldn't have A24 following me if I didn't put my stuff out there. So, I don't know. But I do try to kind of lead with me as the forefront, and then the art is like supplement to me, because I don't think my art is revolutionary enough on its own. Like, I have a little bit of self-awareness. I know that what I'm doing is not masterpieces. I know I am not the best. I know that there are people who do better work. There are people who arguably deserve a spot more than me. I know that, but that's true of everybody. My camera shut off, so here we are again. I know that my stuff isn't crazy. I know that I'm not the best artist in the world, and I know that my work is not magnificent and masterpieces, you know? I know that. But what I believe in, I don't think I'm bad at what I do. I think I'm good at drawing. I think I'm good at sculpting. Like, I can do these things well. I'm just saying I don't think of myself as a great artist with a crazy mind who deserves all of these things. But I think what I do is a lot different than most people. And I'm not talking again in terms of the characters that I have or my art style. All of my stuff comes from the things that I love, which is eerie stuff. I like dramatic stuff, Tim Burton, musicals, Disney, horror, vintage stuff. Like, all that stuff is what inspires me, and that's why I have all this stuff around me in my room. So I don't feel like my style is super unique. What I think is unique is the way that I do things. I don't think I'm the only person to do it, but I do think it's fairly unique. You know, I do every medium under the sun. I do, or I have tried, you know. And I use each one to kind of supplement each other in the realm of the whole story of everything. And I do think what sets me apart from most people and most artists online is, I don't know how to describe it. I don't mean this in a cocky way or I don't know. I mean this in with respect. Being a social media artist is not my goal. I know a lot of people are happy with just creating prints and stickers and that, fulfilling orders, and that's what they want to do with their life, and that's all. And I'm not at all knocking that. I love doing it myself. It's super fun, and if that's all I end up getting to do, I will be more than happy with my life. If I can just create art and prints and stickers and have a Patreon and I can do that, if I can do that for the rest of my life, I'll be more than happy. But I want to do so much more. You know, I want to do the movies. I want to do the books. I want to do anything that I can do. And one of my biggest inspirations is Walt Disney. Not him as a person, per se. There's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. Like, a lot of his views I don't agree with, and, you know, he's not the greatest person. I don't idolize him, but he is an inspiration to me. There's a difference. And I am very inspired by what he's created. You know, he's created an entire empire. I don't really want to be to the extent of Disney, but I do want to, you know, his work stretched so much further than just he likes to draw. It went so much larger than that, and I think that's what I want. And I also have a little bit of a connection to Walt Disney because we have the same birthday and we're exactly 100 years apart. And I often joke, and I don't even know if I think it's a joke or if I think it's real, I don't know, that I am his reincarnate. I don't for real think that I am, but also, I don't know, you know? Who knows? And I use that in a way to motivate myself, and I kind of take it as a sign and confirmation that I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I need to do. I also frequently compare my timeline to his timeline of when he created Mickey, when he created Snow White, when his first movies came out, when all that happens, and I use it as kind of a guide. Not really a guide. I know my path is going to be very different, but I do use it as a way to be I think right now it's reassuring because I'm doing this at an age that was a lot younger than when he did it, so I use it as a way to be like, you're okay, you're ahead of him on his timeline. But the second I'm falling behind on his timeline, we'll see how I feel about that. I don't know. I have like 5 years until I'm behind. But I do use it as a way to motivate and kind of reassure myself. And I don't know. I also just I believe in myself. I don't know why every time I turn on the camera and just talk, it has to turn emotional. I guess. But I don't know. I look at the things that I make and I don't see why people wouldn't like it. There's a lot of franchises out there that I think are subpar that people love. You know, people go crazy for. And it's not any tea, it's no shade to people who like it. But it's like, I know people will like my stuff too. And there's a lot of franchises out there with people who are creating it that don't care about the franchise, you know? That aren't passionate about what they do. They know it makes money and then that's good enough for them. For me, it is to make money so that I can live, but that's not the main reason. You know, I'm so passionate about my characters and the things that I create, and telling stories and creating characters that people can identify with is like the main motivator behind everything for me. It's not the money. I don't make much money from it. And even if I did, again, it's like, that is great. And that's obviously like a logical goal. Logically, I'm doing it because I want to make money so I can live and not have to work at a job that I'm going to hate for the rest of my life. Logically, yes, it is to make money, but for me, it's not to make money, you know? Does that make sense? But yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling. But that's just where my mind is at. Also, oh my gosh, yesterday was a day. Yesterday. Oh my gosh. I woke up. I go on Instagram. The official Wicked movie account. Wicked movie with the blue check mark reposted my art that I drew of Glinda and Elphaba. That's the craziest thing to happen in my art career ever. They reposted it, and Ariana Grande liked the story. Ariana Grande liked the post. She didn't like my post, but she liked their post, which my photo is in it, and I know she swiped through because she reposted other people's. And Cynthia Erivo herself saw my story. She looked at my story. Like, what? That was the craziest thing to happen. I don't know if my story is still up. It is. I'll show you. Sorry to the people who are in here. You just happen to be... Don't watch my story next time, maybe, if you don't want to be here. Look at that. Cynthia Erivo. This is my story. See? Mine. She liked it. Or she watched it. So, that was crazy. And that was very cool, you know, very reassuring, very cool to wake up to, and I journaled about it. I still can't believe it. I printed out the screenshots even to put in my journal. See? This is on there, the Wicked account. So, I know we'll get there. So I don't know if this is like a journal entry to myself or what. I don't know if this helps anybody else feel reassured. If for whatever reason you look at me and you think that I have it together, I don't. I do get messages of people asking me like, how do you do this? Like, I wish I could do what you do. And I am always thrown back by it because I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything right. I don't make that much money. I don't work every second of the day. I don't know if I make it seem like that or not. I don't. So I think we all have this mindset. So that's the point, I guess. I feel like I'm saying a lot. I think I just have a lot of energy. I promise you, I'm not on anything. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke anything. I just have a lot of energy right now, and I think I feel restless. And I feel like I'm talking really fast. I should probably go. Yeah, I have 2 minutes until I gotta take those out of the molds, so I think I'm gonna go. But I just wanted to pop in and say hi. That's kind of where my mind is at and what I've been up to. An art and chat video will be coming soon. I haven't done one for a minute. I'm waiting to start sculpting my Glinda head of my puppet that I'm making, which is right here. So far, I've only done the puppetry portion of it, so like I can move it and whatever. But next step is to sculpt everything, and I've been putting it off. I'm scared it's not going to come out good. But I'll do an art and chat very soon. Other than that, I'm going to go. If you made it this far, thank you. Buy a ghostie, buy a sticker, buy a print, buy something. My shop is down below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr, whatever, links are down below. Yeah. Sorry, this is boring. No, I'm not sorry. I don't know. I don't care. I'm gonna go. I feel really crazy. I feel like I need to go outside and run. So I will go. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Goodbye.